Hello everybody, welcome back to Feed the Beast. I'm just up here in my magic room because I was doing a book enchant because I was level 30. Still not getting much good stuff. I'm really hoping to get some repair books, but I've never gotten one. I need to do something about book storage because these are pretty full and they don't actually help me sort my books. I have some ideas for what to do for that, but anyway, we won't actually be talking about that this episode, but I just wanted to show you something kind of funny that I remembered. I saw this a little while ago, but forgot to mention it. So for a while, I had soul shards enabled in my world. Just recently, I decided to disable it because I had chosen not to use it, and it doesn't have any features that are that I know of that are apart from the things that I sort of consider overpowered for the way that I'm playing this world. But before I did that, I had gotten at least one Soul Stealer book. I think I already turned. What I've been doing with my unwanted books is I put them in here, and I break them down for their aspects because they have Cognito, Praecantatio, sometimes other good stuff on them. But this what a Soul Stealer book, or sorry. So I had a Soul Stealer book when I disabled Soul Shards, and I was kind of curious what would happen to it. So I came in here, and I had one stored away, and this is what it looks like. So it's an enchanted book with nothing on it. And I already tried this. If I put this into the anvil, I'll crash. So you can't actually try putting it on a tool. So that's how that is. This is what happens when a mod adds an enchant and then you subsequently disable it. But it still has the aspects on it. So we can still use it for that. But anyway, let's go down here. I've done a little bit of redecoration. You'll notice my floor is a different color. This is now mahogany wood. I had actually wanted to change that a long time ago because I thought mahogany would look a little nicer than walnut. And yeah, I definitely think it does now that I've done it. Just makes the place look a little classier. I just hadn't actually bothered to breed the yellow Meranti tree, which is where you get mahogany wood. But I did that recently, and here we are. So, stuff we have to do. Yeah, so this gravity gun. I figured out what I was doing wrong when I was watching the... Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment. And this. Yeah, bunch of funny blocks here. When I was watching the last episode while I was editing it, something sort of tickled the back of my mind, and I thought, let me go look at my gravity gun configuration. And it turns out that there's an option in there, similarly to how the portal gun can use ender pearl dust as its fuel. There's one for the gravity gun that makes it use glowstone dust as fuel. And I had turned it on and had completely forgotten about it. So the reason it wasn't doing anything before is because I had that enabled and didn't have any glowstone dust on me. So I have a whole stack now. If I right-click to pick up a block, it actually works now. And consumes one glowstone dust. So that's what I was doing wrong before. Now left-clicking, I'm not sure I understand it. Let's try it on this cow here. I think it does something with mobs. Okay, pushes them away. Interesting. Can I pick you up? Sure can. If I left-click... Ooh! Poor thing. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, if I right-click, that'll just set you down, right? Does the... let's see, 55... 50, okay, so that uses 3 dust. Interesting. Okay. Well, I have no shortage of glowstone, so I will happily use this as much as I feel I need to for moving blocks around. There's actually a particular... I don't know for sure if it's a bug. I'm just going in here because, yeah, I have that much glowstone. I'm using it as matter fabricator amplifier, and yeah, just there's no shortage of it at all. I replaced a couple of these with deep storage units because I had been filling up extra dimensional barrels. These things have a ridiculous capacity that, from what I hear, the mod author has never seen anyone fill. So they'll probably last us forever. But yeah, so honey drops, beeswax, refractory wax, and phosphor. Yeah, phosphor, that's what that is, are the ones that were overflowing. So I just replace normal barrels with extra dimensional ones when they fill up like that, and extra dimensional ones with deep storage units when they fill up. I have to say the deep storage unit needs a bit of rebalancing because it's extremely cheap. So, this is a little bit of stone, a few plastic sheets, which is just cooked rubber, and a few ender pearls and some blaze powder. And you get 4 of them per time you craft it. This should really cost, say, 2 diamonds and only give you 1 when you craft it. That's what I think, because it's just for a basically infinite storage block, like an infinite barrel. This should cost a lot more. I don't know. I'm always sort of thinking about mod balance when I'm doing these things. I don't like to use things that are too overpowered in my world. But yeah, I'll use these where I feel like I really need them, where they're the best storage option. Anyway, oh wow, we're up to level 21 already just from standing here. Ooh, bouncy seeds. I've been collecting these in a barrel because I've been squeezing them for seed oil, because I go through these impregnated sticks really quick. I should set up something a little better for farming them. But anyway, right, I'm sidetracked a bit. You'll notice this building is slightly shorter. You'll also notice that this dumbass has wandered in here. This guy, he used to be right here, I think. But he fell through the floor and ended up in my basement. And then I nudged him outside here and left him... I left him on this spot so he'd wander up here on his own, because, you know, you can't push these guys off a block. I could have gone and gotten a slab or a stair or something, gotten him up. Because I intended to move him back here, but apparently what he decided to actually do when I wasn't looking is wander up here and then jump in here with the golems. So that's where he lives now. Silly guy. Anyway, I don't need him anywhere else, so that's fine. Right, so you'll notice this building's a little bit shorter. I used the gravity gun to move some of these blocks around because I didn't want to redo them all with a scaffold. Though, honestly, it would have been just about as easy to do that. Maybe easier. Certainly cheaper. But again, I have way more glowstone than I know what to do with. Now, okay, let me show you a funny thing with these. So if you pick a block up, you know, you can just drop it and it'll fall and land there. If you do that over a torch, actually, let's try this. If I do it way up over a torch, yeah, it lands and drops as a block. Now, this construction foam is not a block you're normally supposed to be able to pick up. You know, if you mine it, it just disappears. You can't silk touch it or anything, but this is a way you can do that. And yeah, it gives you, you'll notice I had a full stack of brown ones and 16 yellow ones. Now I have 17 yellow ones. Weird stuff happens. Like if I try to stack these together, wait, no, how do I do this? There was some way I had, yeah, there we go. Okay, I just turned those yellow. But actually, it doesn't even matter, because whenever you place one of these, it turns black. Or maybe that's dark gray, I don't know which it is. But yeah, it's they behave a little weirdly. You know, they don't have a name on the tooltip, so that's what happens when you get blocks you're not technically supposed to have. But they're pretty cool. I'm gonna keep them around. They're a little easier to build with like that than with the CF sprayer and CF backpack. I don't think I actually showed myself using this, but just you wear it and your CF sprayer's durability doesn't go down when you use it. Right, I was getting a painter to fix that up. Here we go. Now, I also have this. This copper ore, according to the tooltip. Apparently, for some reason, swarm hives have the same item ID as, or have the name of copper ore. So yeah, before I had tried my Silk Touch Vajra, what am I doing in here, on those things to see if I could pick them up, because I was able to pick up a rocky beehive earlier. I tried it again with a meadows beehive, and that didn't actually work. It just gave me the bees and combs inside it. So it seems that's actually different between extra bees beehives and forestry beehives. You know, it's a tiny little trivial edge case, but it's just interesting that it's actually different between those two. But yeah, with the gravity gun, you can actually pick up such things. Now, oh yeah, one thing I wanted to see was if this will have forgotten what type of princess is inside it since I've picked it up. So it would have been an industrious princess if I broke it up there. Wait a minute. This is one that I don't want to break, isn't it? Because this was in my ceiling. Yeah. You know what? That stayed there for long enough. I'm just going to break it. A little more redecoration. Okay, so Vajra. Oh, it did forget. There was nothing in that one. Okay. So pick that up with a gravity gun, and it's not going to give you a single thing back. Okay, well, now we know. While I was working around my scrap building, I noticed a strange noise that I kept hearing. It took me a long time to figure out where it was coming from, but let me go in there and wait until it happens so that you can hear it. So I'm going to stand right here for a little while, and I'll be back when the noise happens. There it was. That took a really long time, but I think maybe it doesn't happen at night or something. I went in and slept, and then it happened. Let's hear it again. There it was again. So it took me the longest time to figure out. I think I figured out what's causing it. It's like at first I thought it was these straw golems. They were making a noise because other golems make noises, but I'd never heard these make a sound. I think what it actually is. Eventually I worked out that those are very low-pitched chicken sounds, and my best guess at what's causing them is actually the router, because routers have some weird crafting ingredients. They're made with an egg, and the bandwidth upgrade is also made with an egg. So I'm guessing they make chicken sounds as I don't even know. It's very strange. They're low pitched, very infrequent. There it was again. Yeah. So I guess routers make chicken sounds. Maybe only when they have the bandwidth upgrade in them. So that's very weird. But yeah, that's what that was. Anyway, let's stop derping around so much here and actually get to something more substantial. Right, so I did say last time that my industrial TNT factory was done, but I've changed my mind and made another change to it. Let's see what's going on in here. Woo-hoo-hoo, full of niter and plenty of sulfur. Okay, so I noticed a recipe thing that I hadn't seen before. Just wasn't looking closely enough. If you make this the way I had been doing it with charcoal dust, you get 2. But if you make it with coal dust instead, you actually get 3 from the same recipe, from otherwise the same recipe. So I figured that'd be good. I can stretch my sulfur and niter a little bit further with that. So now coal dust is actually the bottleneck. I'll talk a little bit more about where I'm getting sulfur in a bit. We have basically an easy infinite supply of it now. Could be made a little easier, but yeah, and the niter is stacking up here. So let's just put this in. So what I did, there's a few different ways to get coal dust. There are some bees that produce it in reasonably large quantities for you. Diamond bees do it too. I took some of this out, but they don't produce much. I think it's 1 coal dust per 1 diamond dust. Yeah, that seems right. But these fossiled bees, which I went ahead and bred up, I think these were, they were primeval with something else. I forget what. But yeah, they produce coal dust on their own, and a pretty good quantity of it. Now, the only issue with this is the coal dust that I have in the auto-crafting table in there is GregTech coal dust. This is industrial craft coal dust. So unless I had 2 auto-crafting tables or involved a forge lexicon somehow, I couldn't... I can't quite automate that perfectly. Now let's see. One thing I could do is craft this down into a tiny pile of coal dust and then back up to a regular pile. So maybe I'll just do that because that can be automated. This thing can't. You can actually pipe into it, but you can't pipe the transformed stuff out of it. You can just put stuff into this slot and pull it back out, which is not very useful. I've heard the electric crafting table can actually be automated to do that. It sounded like it maybe only works with something. Oh yeah, I took it down to put in a regular canning machine. I think this was because the automatic canning machine doesn't know how to handle CF backpacks. I'm pretty sure that was the reason I did that. But yeah, so I guess crafting them into tiny piles and back is going to be my best bet. And since I already have such a thing for crafting tiny piles into regular ones there for the diamond combs, I can probably just tie into that somehow and filter out these things and auto-craft them, then move them further along the chain. But yeah, let's do this and clear out some of this niter. And let's see how much TNT we currently have. Oh yeah, quite a lot. Let's use some of it. Let's make some diamonds. So I'm going to take 8 stacks of that. and a stack of diamond dust from over here. And I'll show you how many diamonds total you get out of that. It's not a huge amount, but it's some. And yeah, that's the one that uses the most industrial TNT. So, you know, a machine of this scale is necessary to actually use the output of dust-producing bees. So yeah, a full stack of industrial TNT makes 6 diamonds out of this stuff. And lots of dark ashes, too. And a full stack of diamond dust turns into... I mean, I'm sure you can add it up pretty easily yourself, but I will show you. 48 diamonds. Well, industrial diamonds. These you can only use for a few things, I think. You can turn them into diamond dust. There's a couple of recipes that'll accept them. Oh, you can make tools out of them. Okay. But they definitely have significantly fewer uses than diamonds, but fortunately you can just do that. So, there we go. Diamonds. Awesome. And some spare dark ashes. So as far as my sulfur supply, let me put this gunpowder in here just because it's in my inventory and I don't want it there anymore. My sulfur supply is currently coming from using my industrial grinder on netherrack and putting the resulting netherrack dust into an industrial centrifuge. I'd like to fully automate that. Yeah, and it gives me all this stuff. Oh, that also gives me coal dust, which is nice, but it gives me 4 times as much sulfur, so that's not a balanced way to get coal dust for gunpowder production. But yeah, since I have so much netherrack coming out of my nether quarry now, yeah, I'd like to set up a fully automatic system to turn that into sulfur and those other resources too. So we'll definitely do that at some point. Not this episode though. So let's actually go look at our nether quarry and see how it's done. I've moved it another time. Let's see, sun's going down. Yeah, actually, before I do that, there's another thing I want to talk about a little bit. So node bees. We've talked about those earlier, and if I draw on me, keep be in there where you're safe. A node bee, I'm going to take 2 of these. A node bee is normally bred from a vis queen, or a vis princess and a vis drone under a half moon. So I hear. And I did a bunch of breeding like that, and I'm going to look like an idiot if I'm remembering wrong and this isn't a half moon, but I think it is. I did a bunch of reading on it, and I did manage to actually get one node-vis hybrid out of that. And I tried doing some further breeding with it and just lost it, so no, that wasn't enough. We need a bunch more, but since that one mutation, I have been completely unable to get any more node bees. Yeah, that is a half moon. Good. So someone said you needed a node of a certain strength to be able to do it. So I took it away from my tiny little pure node in there. By it, I mean the alveary here. And yeah, set up an alveary right here with some mutators in it. And yeah, those still have chocolate frames in them, though they're almost dead. Oh, I already have some bees here. Good. So yeah, I'm just... Why are there ancient combs there? I wonder. So I'm just trying to... oh yeah, okay, so I have Eyes of Ender in there. Those are supposed to increase mutation chance by 4 times, so it's multiplicative, so it'll be 16 times as likely that we'll get a mutation here. And with uranium ore... right, with the chocolate frames in there, they'll die in 2 B cycles. But I'm not getting any mutations. I also tried uranium ore. You know, let's since I brought this, let's go ahead and try it before they've died. Don't worry, it's renewable. I can get bees that produce this for me. So yeah, with 2 uranium ore in here, this is above the maximum value for external mutators in the new forestry, but we're still on the version where there's no penalty for that. But from what I understand, 2 pieces of uranium ore in an alveary will give you a 100% mutation chance. Nether Star will do it too, but this is an alternate way to get it. And I've done that several times and have not gotten any node bees out of it. you know, these are right on top of a 500 vis node. I actually planted a silverwood tree next to this just to strengthen it a bit. And hello, don't be ruining my thing. I heard your footsteps in the grass. And yeah, I heard from other people who've gotten it with smaller nodes than this. Yeah, apparently it's half moon near a sufficiently strong node. This should be sufficiently strong. Why are you not node Bs? I don't have my Bealyzer with me, but if I put them in, they're just wait a minute, hang on. Why did those not stack? Okay, I'm wondering if I actually did get a mutation now. But still, you know, with 100% mutation chance, I should get pure node Bs out of that breeding. Maybe the numbers are different enough on Forestry Hardcore mode. Everybody else plays on easy mode pretty much because that's the default in the Feed the Beast mod pack. That tree is just sort of floating there. Wait, what is this? Never really looked closely at this. There's a weird little dirt thing here with a tree on it. Anyway, mouse is doing weird stuff. But yeah, so this should be working for me unless hardcore mode nerfs the mutation chance enough that it's still really low even with 2 uranium in mutators. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm doing wrong here, but something, because okay, okay, these didn't have stable traits when they were first put in. That's why they didn't stack. So yeah, not node Bs, don't know why. So I wanted to have those to play with moving the nether node around, but I don't seem to be able to make that happen. I don't know exactly what I'm doing wrong. But anyway, let me get organized and we'll move on to something else. While I was clearing my inventory, I remembered I said we'd actually look at our nether quarry, so let's go do that. That's a firebat. One of those destroyed my minecart earlier, and a ghast also destroyed my minecart track here. That's why I have this on me. So yeah, firebat got my minecart because I swung at it as I was going by and hit my minecart. Then the bat exploded and took out the minecart entity. So that was annoying. Where is it though? Anyway, so right, I finished. Oh, 2 minecarts. Interesting. So there you are. This thing still managed to surprise me a lot of the time. Yeah, you know, let's see. That was the first space we did. Then I moved it over here, and that finished. Then I moved it over here, and that is getting actually pretty close to finished. It's broken through the ceiling layer. I think I added 2 more magmatic engines since we last looked at this, and it goes real fast now. Really don't want to hit those guys by accident when I'm swinging a bat. So yeah, this thing is being powered by 10 magmatic engines now, and it is speedy. It goes almost as fast as I can sprint with no haste boots on. Let's actually try that right now. Oops, wearing a jetpack. So I'm going to sprint after you. Let's have a race, and I just barely win. Stop that! Anyway, so right, jetpack is on. This has just a little bit more netherrack to go, then mostly empty space. So that'll be done soon, and I've gone ahead and used the filler to clear out the next area it'll be quarrying. This one's a narrow one, because I wanted to avoid both the, well, I wanted to avoid the hell? Somebody pushed my minecart? Maybe I did and didn't notice. I wanted to avoid the minecart track on the way here, and I'm also carefully avoiding the actual structure of the wither skeleton trap. Or, as I discovered earlier, the magma cube trap. Because, yeah, that seems to be what I've actually built here. There aren't any there right now. Oh, there's one. Yep, see? Because what tends to happen here is that I'll be up there messing around with my quarry, and if I come down here, I've been hanging... Oh, cool, skull. I've been hanging around for a while up above, which is in range of spawning and out of range of things staying spawned. I think I actually am if I'm just on one end of this and looking at something on the other end. But since magma cubes are like slimes, and they don't despawn like other things do, or ghasts or another thing like that, they just sort of accumulate in here if I'm standing far enough away, but close enough for them to be able to spawn. So this is a magma cube trap too, apparently. Yep. So I'd kind of like to somehow filter those guys out so they don't take spawning spaces away from wither skeletons, but I don't think it's going to really be a problem in practice, because when I'm actually using this thing, I can stand much closer to it so all the non-magma cube mobs don't despawn. But anyway, that's enough of this. We're going to go back home and actually do something new. I hate ghasts. Just walk away. Fix it later. Alright, I rearranged this a little bit because I want to do some of the quick tasks before we get into the meatier ones. So, Thaumic Bees has added something new in the version we're on now. And yeah, there's a reason I have 2 grafters on me. Let's just plant a silverwood tree and make our node a little bit stronger here. It's actually pretty well centered. Okay, if I wanted to pull it, I'd pull it over this way. Let's actually... No, I wouldn't. I'd leave it exactly where it is. Plant a silverwood sapling right here. Okay, and I need my hoe of growth. So the Thaumium grafter has been given the ability to get a higher chance of a silverwood sapling when used on silverwood leaves. So I'm thinking that might allow me to actually build up silverwood saplings instead of losing them over time. I don't know if the average is actually better than 1 per tree if you use a grafter on it, but it's kind of a pain to do. Let me show you what the experience of doing it's actually like. I'm not wearing my jetpack anymore, but that's okay. So there are a couple of balancing features to keep this from being overpowered, or, well, to sort of penalize you from using it just because you know, otherwise there's no reason you ever wouldn't use a grafter. But so these normally have these both have repair 2 on them. They have 15 durability, which normally means you could break 15 things, but look how quick that durability goes down. This is the reason I have 2 of them, because I just have to sit around waiting for the repair enchant to do its thing before I break any more leaves. So there's another funny thing. When you're doing this, it kind of wrecks your hunger bar. It's like every leaf you break costs quite a lot of food to do. Because I noticed I was getting really hungry when I was doing this, and I was like, why is that? I just ate. Why am I down to two haunches? But yeah, it seems there's a hunger penalty for doing this now. I have high saturation now. I just ate a piece of steak or 2, so it'll be a little while before you actually see it. But by the time this tree is down, I'll bet my hunger bar will be quite low. So I'm going to take it the rest of the way down, and I'll show you where my hunger bar is at when I do that. Well, there's your answer. Tree's not even down, and my hunger bar is all the way empty. I've gotten 2 saplings so far. Oh, and this has also completely drained my node. You'll notice my aura is pretty low right now, but it has aura. It can pull from other surrounding nodes. I've been doing so much, these crystal capacitors are just totally empty. I think I actually want to build a whole lot more of them. There's not that much else to do with my dull shards other than make like wands of the apprentice, of the apprentice, if I need to. But yeah, so yeah, not an enormously higher chance than just breaking them by hand. I already did this 3 other times, and twice I got one sapling, once I got 0. So, you know, right now we're averaging exactly 1 sapling per tree with the Thaumium grafter, which is just sustainable. So that would be okay if that's the average. But yeah. Anyway, let me finish breaking this, then we'll do something else. All right, another relatively quick one here. I'd like to get my oil train running again. Because as it turns out, I am in fact using my fuel faster than bees are producing it. So this is consistently going down, even though I'm moving the oily propolis from my bees over here whenever they produce it. I really should set up some item pipes to do that for me, but I haven't done that. This is about at half. Still not producing as much biomass as I'd like. We'll have to address that somehow. But yeah, so first let's address our oil situation. Now I've already run another minecart track to the oil well I wanted to pump out. We actually showed it earlier. It's the one over by the wasteland village out there. So let me see, what all do we actually need for that? So if I want to use my hello Wisp. I hear you. You're somewhere. There you are. I thought it was an invisible wisp for a moment. You're not hostile. I'll just leave you. So, right. We want to use our undercutter cart. We need to give it gravel. And wow, that's all the gravel I have in here. Wait a minute. My gravel is split across 2 chests. Apparently I can't decide if it's a dirt-like thing or a rock-like thing. Guess it's some of both. Yeah, so let's see. I need charcoal, probably, to fuel up my, what do you call it, steam locomotive. Okay. Oh yeah, still didn't do anything with that. Anyway, so what state did we leave this in? It has a tank cart. It does not have an anchor cart. Where might my anchor cart be, I wonder? Okay, so this is the... Oh, hey, that already has a bunch of charcoal in it. Okay, I'll just give it a bit more. So I think this is actually... Oh, yep, we need a switch motor there to change the track. And yeah, I'm going to make one of those. It's made like... Oh, goodness. I gotta do all that. Okay, I'll be right back. There we go, there's that. And let's track down our anchor cart. That was easy. Give it a couple of ender pearls just to keep fueled. I doubt it'll be going for 9 hours, though. So we're gonna put down this switch motor right over here. Because, yeah, like I said before, I want this, well, many episodes ago, I want these structures I build for pumping oil to stay around, so I want to make them kind of nice. So this... Have I done this wrong? Yes, I have, because I have the wrong type of track there. We need a switch track. I'm sure I have one of those inside. I did indeed, and I brought a few of them just in case we need to do some fancy switching over where the thing turns around. So, now... That's more like it. Okay, cool. Let's get this train together. Crowbar. Always forgetting something. Alright, here we go. So I don't think order particularly matters. I'd kind of like this to face the other way so it's pulling instead of pushing. But at the same time, I want it to get fueled up. So, right. Oh, it's already fueled up. Okay, so just turn around and let's connect up our carts. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, it's trying to go together because it's a train. They're tracting in the wrong direction. Anyway, wait, is it a train? No? It's currently not, because they're not close enough. Okay, you, link to you. And then we'll put you over there. Wait, no, this one's temporary. Let's actually pick it up for now. This one's going to stay. This one's just going to be there for this one run to change the dirt to gravel. And let's give it some... Okay, right, so we got to give it a filter. And yes, I found you can just do this with dirt. Doesn't have to be... Wait. Oh, that's interesting. I'll bet that will put gravel on the left and right of it. That's right. Okay, you do it like this. No, yeah. There we go. So, yeah. But we just want it one wide. So, you're all connected. Let's have you go. Go. How long does this thing take to start up? I think it's pretty quick. Now, I'm pretty sure the whole track is laid down, except for the turnaround point all the way at the end. But yeah, let's just follow the train along and see how it does once it actually heats up. Let's go. Got lots of other stuff to do. Can't be waiting for you forever. Go. I bothered to put on my engineer's overalls because this thing's scary. So the undercutter's cart will... Oh, that's right, I have a whistle track there. Undercutter cart slows it down significantly. I'm also going to have to babysit this thing. I should have given it a storage cart with a bunch of gravel. But for now, I'll just reload it since I'm walking along and watching it as it goes. So yeah, we just have this track going through the forest over here. I just mostly followed the normal lay of the land. Chopped down a few trees so there would be room to put all this stuff where it needs to go. And yeah, this leads all the way over to the wasteland over there. So I'm going to, since this will take a little while, I'll speed up this part of the video so you can... Uh-oh. What the hell? A track's missing. I bet an Enderman visited me here. Ugh. Endermen just make a terrible mess of the land all around here. Let's go, let's go. Get back on the track. Oh, and there's more. Oh, come on. Man. Thought I got the only space. Okay, well, I'll have to replace that with gravel manually or something. Yep. Yeah, so I'll speed up this part of the video just to show you the full track, so you don't have to sit through it at this slow speed. Ah, apparently that's all the track I laid. Oh, because we're here. So this is the oil well I want to pump. Now I kind of don't want to be too close to this village at night because they might get zombie sieged. And, well, you know, I'm not going to worry too much about these villagers. Let's see. So yeah, this is just one deep right here, but over here it goes all the way down to something. Yeah, I won't worry too much about these villagers because we'll set up a much better villager trading post at some point. I turned this off, didn't I? Yeah. Let's see, if I set it to idle, I think it'll keep burning its fuel so it maintains its temperature, but won't actually try to go. So yeah, let's see. How do we want to set up the... Oh boy. I want to get a track right where you're sitting. There we go. So I'm going to set up a turnaround here. We need a pump. Yeah, you've seen this all before. Let me just set it up, and I'll show you when it's done. Whoops, guess I let this idle for too long and it ran out of water. Might need to add a water thing or two on the way. But, well, I guess the other reason is because it was carrying this. It's finished its work now, so I can take it back. All right, it's still working on setting that up, so I'll finish doing that, and we'll be back. All right, here we go. I think this is all set up. Load up. Yep, it's doing it. Good. So, yeah, just put a couple of redstone engines on there and stuck some spot loaders down, because annoyingly this is right on a chunk boundary. Right on a couple, actually, but with these two, all of those will be loaded. And yeah, train's just going to go back and forth and drain that until there's nothing left. You know, it'd be nice if I could come up with a way to... that'd be complicated, but I'll bet there's some way I could make it so that it would, you know, stop back at the station back home if there's nothing more to pull out of the oil well. But that'd be pretty hard to do. It would have to... I guess if the cart ever came back totally empty and stopped there, then I could detect it like that. That would work okay. Yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time on that. Just wanted to show that that's running again. And yes, I am using enough fuel to have to do that unless I would get another refined or distilled bee or whatever. And I don't want to do that. So we'll just pump oil out of the world. Where am I? I took a weird route and got lost. Okay, here I am. Thought I would have crossed over the track. Anyway, we're going to go back home, and well, let's just check on our train over here. And you know, home's just a stone's throw away from there. So, yeah, there it is, and should have unloaded its oil. It's doing so. Good, good. And that all is going through this liquiduct. Yep, into our oil tank. Beautiful. This hallway is still horrible. I need to pretty it up. But yeah, that is doing its job. Ugh. Get out of that crazy tight space. Okay, so... Ooh, see the sun through the wall there. I wonder if this is totally full of niter. Not quite, but it's getting close. I gotta do something about that. There we go. Mostly just feed it coal dust. Anyway, what else are we up to? Okay, here we go. Now we're getting into the stuff that takes a little bit longer after the episode's already 40 minutes long. Okay, so maybe we'll do this one. I have a plan for these two. We might do them. But anyway, so I'll do just a little bit of this and do the rest off camera, because it's only a small part of it's really interesting. But yeah, so this is for more factorization automation. I want to get this set up and running, fully automated. So I just put ores in, and either ingots and nuggets come out, or crystalline whatever I put in there would come out. Probably I'll just stop at crystalline stuff, because I want to put them in the infernal furnace, and I don't really want to either pipe them all the way up there or put in another infernal furnace down here. So yeah, I'll just stop at the crystalline ore. So one thing we need to figure out how to do. Well, two things we need to figure out how to do. So the grinder and slag furnace are easy and simple. The mixer and crystallizer are a little bit more complicated. So for the crystallizer, right, I went ahead and made this aqua regia, however you pronounce that, for crystallizing stuff. And right, so someone in the comments of one of my episodes or another suggested that I use a regulator for automating the mixer. Because you have to put in one water bucket and one dirty or gravel. And I know nothing about the regulator, so let's take a quick look and see if we can figure out how to use it. It looks to me like a thing that would use bluetricity, though it's not made with any what do you call it, nickelite or blue doped wafers or anything. So maybe not. But I don't know. I've noticed usually the things that have this brass-looking frame around them, it is made with brass, use bluetricity. But we have solar panels if it needs any, and that thing's running on solar power too, so it'd be appropriate. But anyway, I'm going to craft this. Looks like a little bit of a pain, but I'll do it. All right, there we go. Regulator. So how do you work? Okay, so we have an input here and an output here, I'm guessing. No tooltips as usual. Okay, so let's try this. So let's say I don't have any dirty gravel, but I have these reduced iron chunks we can use. So let me just get a few water buckets. If all else fails, we can just use computer craft for this, but let's try this just for variety. So if I were to say, let's use something we have more than one of. So I want a water bucket and a piece of cobblestone. So I'm going to, let's see here. Give me some chests. And can I just do, let's see, I'm guessing it won't suck out of this chest, so we need to put some stuff into it. I think I can just, I'll use a transposer. Okay. That's there. And that is where my pipe is, of all places. I had to choose that one. Okay, cool. So if I put something in here, so let's give it a water bucket. If I'm guessing correctly, but I'm not. Okay, I'll bet this won't go, because that's still in that position. Yeah, no, that's no good. Let's redo this. So if I were to put pneumatic tubes connecting to that, maybe I'm on the wrong side of it. That's possible. But I don't know. Usually the side that looked like what that side looks like is where stuff comes out. So I would have guessed you could. I would have guessed you could put stuff into it from here. But this side looks different. Normally where it takes input from a pneumatic tube doesn't look like that. Yeah, that's not taking it. Okay, let's try putting it into the other side. I don't know why I have two screwdrivers. I must have forgotten that I had one and made another one at some point. Oh! Oh, okay, it goes into... Oh. Is that what I want? Do I need to... Okay, maybe I need to specify a pattern over there. Ah, I'll bet that's it. Okay, okay, here we go. Well, then what's this side? I don't know. Okay. So yeah, it seems like it doesn't actually use bluetricity, despite its appearance. Alright, so let's try this again. So we'll give it a piece of cobblestone. Here, let's give it like 3 pieces of cobblestone, or 4, and then 2 buckets. All right, so what's it done with those? So those are stacking up in there. Now I'm hoping that when the bucket goes in, it's going to put a yeah. Oh, nope. Nope. That's not what I wanted you to do. I want... Maybe that's the setting we need. So I want it to wait until it has the appropriate number of things to actually put it in. Okay, so you're filling up with cobblestone. You haven't gone yet. Another one. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay, so unless there's a mode setting I'm missing on this thing, which doesn't look like there's that much to it. This is just for coloring things as they come out. Unless... No, it wouldn't be that, would it? Hang on, let me try something here real quick. If I just put these two things in... Yeah, that's what I thought. They just pop out of there. Okay. I don't know how this thing works, because I wanted to eject a single one of these items, but it seems that's not possible to specify. So, never mind. We'll come up with another way to regulate things than with the regulator. Okay. And that's fine. I don't want to use too much red power machinery. I mean, I still don't know what's going on with red power. Some people say it's definitely going away. Some people say, no, it's definitely staying around. So, I'm just going to try to reduce my reliance on it as much as possible, just in case the people who are saying it's definitely going away are correct. Okay, so yeah, as far as actually automating factorization, I already had a regulator. Okay, I don't know when I built that or what I wanted to do with it, but okay, apparently I already had one. Yeah, so instead of automating factorization on camera, I'm going to do that off camera, and I will show you the results of it next episode, or maybe 2 episodes from now, because what I'd like to do here, so I'm kind of jonesing for some Mistcraft adventuring. I kind of want to spend a while on it, and this episode's too long for me to be able to tack that on the end of it. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do a little miniature episode after this, so people who don't want to see just a bunch of time spent on Mistcraft can skip that one, but people who do want to see it can see it, and that won't get in the way of the regular upload schedule or anything. I'll probably just upload the videos one right after the other. But anyway, before we do that, I'd like to go to the end. This will be a bit of a quicker one. And I'd like to mine some sheldonite. I've already done just a little bit of this because I used an industrial grinder on the only sheldonite I had before. But yeah, mining sheldonite. So that involves going to... let me just put these back in here. That involves going to the asteroids, which are scattered throughout the sky. And it is a freaky experience. I just want to show you what it's like. I won't do too much of it while we're there. But another thing is I made this coin of fortune. This is really easy to make. I don't know why I didn't make it earlier. This is a very cool item. So what this lets you do, I'll just show you now. We'll be using it. Oh, changed my key binding for drop because I was hitting X accidentally too many times. So, you know, normally I'd have to walk over here to pick these up. But what this does is if I toggle it on, I picked up some experience from somewhere. It significantly increases the range at which I pick things up. Where am I getting that experience? Wait, that's not experience. That's just a sound effect from picking stuff up with it. Okay, cool. But yeah, basically it lets me pick stuff up in a much wider range. And when we're in the end, mining over thin air, this will be handy to make sure our ores don't just fall in the void. Now, I should probably turn this into an advanced jetpack before I go, because yeah, that's going to run out of EU a bit too quickly. And the advanced jetpack's a cool thing that to have around. So, oops, wrong button. Yeah, it takes a bit to make, but we can do it. Okay, I'm going to build one of those real quick, and then I will see you in the end. All right, here we go. When we crafted the other jetpack into that, we lost our protection enchant, so let's see if we can put this on it. We sure can. Just so we have a little bit more protection when we're wearing it than... oh, now I know you can use this thing to turn into like a advanced nano chest plate. Guess I could have done that instead. Yeah, I'm fine with... actually, that's like really, really easy. That's almost trivial to do. Okay. Yeah, I also almost set off with my engineer's overalls on. Just noticed before we left. But yeah, okay. So, oh cool, we get an energy level up there. Okay, so I'm wearing this thing. This is like, yeah, this is like the gravichest plate, and you have to turn it on and off. Okay, hover mode works the same. Okay, cool. I don't know what's the benefit of turning it off. I guess just if you want to do a short jump and not be jetpacking around all the time, because yeah, it doesn't use any energy when you're just standing there. But anyway, let's put this stuff away, and I'm bringing my charm of keeping with me definitely, because yeah, I'll show you just how scary this actually is. So I think we're ready to go, right? That's everything I need. Really feel like I'm missing something. Okay, so we can use this to silk touch stuff, or actually we don't even need that. Well, I'll bring it. Can use it to just mine quickly. Okay, and here we go. And since the end is so dark, and you know it's hard to see far off asteroids, like there are none in sight. I assume it just hasn't loaded yet. Hello? I know there's some in this area. Yeah, okay, so there are some there. You probably can't see them on the video, but if I do this, hopefully you'll be able to. Oh, yeah! Dude, those just stick out quite a lot. Okay, cool. So I'm going to turn this on. Okay, and here we go. This is... Oh, cool. We left those 2 healing crystals up. I don't know if we can do anything with them. So this is just really freaky the way it is. So you just go up here in the empty nothingness, and there's my bees back home. That's pretty funny. And yeah, you get up here, and there are these little pockets of like tungstate ore here. Okay, yeah, so I can just mine this from like here and still pick it up. That's great. And you know, it's just scary. Like the further away from the mainland you get, the scarier it is. Just because, you know, you're just ooh, those guys aren't helping. You're just out in the middle of nothingness. So it looks like it's just tungstate here. Let's go to that cluster. And yeah, I'm just starting to get this weird feeling. It's mainland is gone. My jetpack is the only thing keeping me alive right now. I mean, I feel like, let's see, if I hold control, can't I fly faster with this thing? Is that I thought that was the boost key. That guy's standing on nothing. Huh? There we go. Okay, well maybe this isn't so bad now that I have the advanced jetpack and everything, but it's still just weird. So where's all there's some sheldonite. So it comes in very small pockets. You're going in the void. And you know, there's some, what's this stuff called? This is olivine ore. Yeah, okay. Olivine, I think, actually has a use now, so I'll go ahead and collect this stuff. And, you know, tungsten's useful. Need to upgrade my industrial blast furnace so we can actually smelt it again. But yeah, just in the middle of nowhere on tiny little blocks in the sky. And there isn't really a way you could quarry this stuff. I mean, I could set up a quarry up here, but it wouldn't do me, like, any good, because I'd only get maybe 1 asteroid cluster. It's much quicker to just come and... Ah! Okay. I'm glad these aren't like zombie pigmen and that, you know, when you get one angry at you, they don't all get angry, so... oh man. Is that the mainland over there? It probably is. That's too big to be another asteroid cluster. Let's go over to this one. How does this boost key work? Isn't it control? I can't even tell if I'm moving faster or not. Do I have to be moving up for it to work? I don't know. Can I just do like a flyby mining of this and get it all? Pretty much, looks like. Yeah, okay. Oh! Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, with the Coin of Fortune Advanced Jetpack, let's put that in hover mode. There we go. That makes this not too bad to do. With the regular jetpack and no Coin of Fortune, it's terrifying. Okay, yeah, there's just nothing out here. Yeah, sheldonite is rare. You get a little bit of iridium out of it, but it's mostly for platinum. I mean, I have bees producing platinum for me, so this isn't really all that necessary for that. Ah! And I keep looking at those guys. Anyway, So I just wanted to do a little bit of this, show you how weird it is to be out in the middle of nowhere doing this. I'm getting further and further away from the mainland. But yeah, I'm going to do this for a little while longer. Oh, I gotta watch my jetpack level. It's down to 63 already, probably because the Vajra is drawing from it. Okay, maybe I'll use my mining pick for the rest of this. How is there an angry Enderman here? He followed me over? Oh, man. Okay, so I gotta go back before my jetpack runs out. But anyway, so that's what it's like to mine on these asteroids. It's weird and scary, but you get some good stuff. So yeah, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to upload another video of me doing some Mistcraft stuff right after this, just because I want to spend a good bit of time on it, and I don't want it to cut into a normal episode too much. So yeah, if you want to watch that, it'll be up shortly after this video. And if not, you can skip it without missing too much, other than some Mistcraft stuff. So yeah. That was really weird. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.